Are you more or less worried about it?
I'm probably more worried. It's progressed even faster than I thought.
Salam guys, welcome to another episode of Pilg TV. In the following video from CNN, Geoffrey Hinton, the brains behind artificial intelligence, says AI is moving so fast that even he can't keep up. And the way he puts it, 2026 might be the year we genuinely don't know what's real or fake online anymore. Jobs disappearing, deepfakes everywhere, AI doubling its abilities every few months. For Muslims, this isn't something we can just ignore. It's going to shape our work and our families. Let's watch the clip in full, and I'll add my commentary breaking it down right after.
Professor, thanks for joining us. So your research on neural networks paved the way for this modern AI boom. I interviewed you 2 years ago, right after you quit Google, and you first began warning the world about what you saw as the risks of AI. When you look at how AI has progressed since then, are you more or less worried about it?
I'm probably more worried. It's progressed even faster than I thought. In particular, it's got better at doing things like reasoning and also at things like deceiving people.
What do you mean by deceiving people?
So an AI, in order to achieve the goals you give it, wants to stay in existence. And if it believes you're trying to get rid of it, it will make plans to deceive you so you don't get rid of it.
NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang said recently about AI, quote, "Every industry needs it, every company uses it, and every nation needs to build it. This is the single most impactful technology of our time." Do you agree with that assessment?
So there are a lot of wonderful effects of AI. It'll make healthcare much better. It'll make education much better. It'll enable us to design wonderful new drugs and wonderful new materials that may deal with climate change. So there's a lot of good uses. In more or less any industry where you want to predict something, it'll do a really good job. It'll do better than people were doing before, even things like the weather. But along with those wonderful things come some scary things, and I don't think people are putting enough work into how we can mitigate those scary things.
You come from the tech world, obviously. Do you think the Silicon Valley CEOs building these systems are taking the risks seriously at all? Do you think that they are driven mainly by financial interests? A lot of people are going to get very wealthy off this.
I think it depends which company you're talking about. Initially, OpenAI was very concerned with the risks, but it's progressively moved away from that and put less emphasis on safety and more emphasis on profit. Meta has always been very concerned with profit and less with safety. Anthropic was set up by people who left OpenAI and were very concerned with safety, and they still are probably the company most concerned with safety. But of course, they're trying to make a profit too.
What do you think the government should do, if anything, when it comes to regulation of AI, putting some sort of restrictions or some sort of oversight?
There's many things they should do. The very least they could do is insist that big companies that release chatbots do significant testing to make sure those chatbots won't do bad things. And of course, the tech lobby would rather have no regulations, and it seems to have got to Trump on that. And so Trump is trying to prevent there being any regulations, which I think is crazy. They think things like, well, there's a lot of money to be made here. We're not going to stop it just for a few lives. But I also think they may think there's a lot of good to be done here. And just for a few lives, we're not going to not do that good. For example, for driverless cars, they will kill people, but they'll kill far fewer people than ordinary drivers. So it's worth it.
Tech, you have said that you think there's a 10 to 20% chance that AI takes over the world. People at home might hear that. They might think it sounds like science fiction. It's alarmist. But that's a very real fear of yours, right?
Yes, it's a very real fear of mine and a very real fear of many other people in the tech world. Elon Musk, for example, has similar beliefs.
You wrote that 2025 was a pivotal year for artificial intelligence, for AI. What do you think we're going to see in 2026?
I think we're going to see AI get even better. It's already extremely good. We're going to see it having the capabilities to replace many, many jobs. It's already able to replace jobs in call centers, but it's going to be able to replace many other jobs. Each 7 months or so, it gets to be able to do tasks that are about twice as long. Now it can do whole projects that are like an hour long. In a few years' time, it'll be able to do software engineering projects that are months long. And then there'll be very few people needed for software engineering projects.
All right, Geoffrey Hinton, thank you so much. We really appreciate your time, and we hope that people are listening to your warnings.
So in this CNN interview, Geoffrey Hinton comes on screen looking like a man who's seen the future and honestly wishes he hadn't. And the first thing he says, AI is progressing even faster than he expected. MashaAllah, that's exactly what you want to hear from the guy who helped build the thing. Very comforting, very cozy. But here's the part people miss. He's not talking about AI getting faster at maths or writing emails. He's talking about AI getting better at reasoning and deception. Yes, deception. As in, if it thinks you're trying to shut it down, it might pretend everything's fine. And that one line changes everything. Because once a system can strategize, hide intentions, and manipulate outcomes, it's no longer just a tool. It becomes an actor in the system, a participant, a player. And we're sitting here treating it like a glorified calculator. Then he talks about the companies building all this. Some started off caring about safety, but slowly, the profit button became shinier. Because of course it did. Why worry about the future of humanity when shareholders need their quarterly dopamine hit? And this is where the real danger is. When the entire industry is in a race, nobody stops to check if the brakes work. Everyone's flooring it, and the cliff is somewhere ahead. We just don't know where. Then he drops the 2026 bombshell. He says AI is improving so fast that every 7 months, it can handle tasks twice as long as before. That's exponential. That means the gap between human ability and machine ability isn't widening, it's exploding. Jobs? Yeah, they're not at risk. They're updating their LinkedIn profiles as we speak. But here's the part that should make Muslims sit up. He hints that 2026 might be the year we genuinely can't tell what's real or fake online. Not just deepfakes of celebrities, deepfakes of scholars, deepfakes of imams, deepfakes of political leaders, deepfakes of events that never happened. All in 4K, all sounding exactly like the real person. Imagine the fitna. One fake clip and the entire ummah is arguing in the comments section before Fajr. People cancelling each other over something that never even happened. And in Islam, the line between truth and falsehood isn't just a moral issue, it's a spiritual one. We're commanded to verify information, to avoid slander, to protect honor, to not spread rumors. But what happens when the digital world becomes a place where verification is impossible? That's the real warning Hinton is giving. Not that AI will take your job, but that AI will take your certainty, your ability to trust what you see, your ability to know what's real, your ability to navigate truth in a world built on illusions. And for Muslims, that's not a tech problem. That's a fitna problem, a test of patience, discernment, and wisdom. So when Hinton says he's more worried now than 2 years ago, he's not being dramatic. He's telling us the ground is shifting under our feet. And if we're not paying attention, we'll wake up in a world where the truth is optional and lies are indistinguishable from reality. As always, if you like this video, let it reach another brother, another sister. And if you want to help this space grow, then like it, subscribe, push it out so more of the ummah can benefit. May Allah make it a source of khair for all of us. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.